Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
Can I have a photo with you?
Sure. This is the story. There are 10 stores, all selling kosher meat, except for one which is selling teifa meat. Okay? If a man buys from one and doesn't remember which one, then because of the doubt, the meat is forbidden. But if he found the meat, like found it on the street, yes, package of meat, we go by the majority, and by implication, the meat is permitted. Why? What's going on? Yes. What's the difference between the two? You can understand this by studying a little bit of modern economic theory. And specifically, the item that I'm talking about is what's called in modern economic theory moral hazard. Now, let me explain to you what the word moral hazard means. Moral hazard is at the basis of the insurance industry. You know, you want to insure, let's say, your automobile, okay? So you go to the insurance company and you say, I want to insure my automobile, and they say, Mr. Aumann, we'll be glad to do that. You pay this and that premium, and we'll insure your automobile. What is your automobile worth? It's worth 5,000 shekel. So I say, we'll be glad to do it, Mr. Aumann. The premium is such and such, and you pay. So now I say to the insurance company, you know what? I want to pay, I actually want to insure it for 10,000 shekel. Give me 2 of those policies that you wanted to give me just now, yes? Give me 2 of those policies. So I said, no. No, we're not giving you 2 of those. I said, what do you mean? You're in business, yes? If I go to the grocery store and I say, I want 2 kilos of potatoes, then they say, okay, Mr. Aumann, here are 2 kilos of potatoes. I say, I want 4 kilos. They give me 4 kilos, yeah, because they're in business to sell potatoes, right? So if I want potatoes, they get as much as you want. So why shouldn't the insurance company sell me as much as it wants of insurance on my car? If I want 3 insurance policies, they make that much more money. They're making money on 1 insurance policy. So they'll make twice as much money on 2 insurance policies. Right? No, wrong. Okay? They don't make twice as much money. Insurance is not like potatoes. Okay? Insurance is a little different from potatoes. Because when they are giving me 2 policies, yes, or 3 policies, they're giving me an incentive, and the incentives come in again, not to be careful with the car. By principle, we do not insure any item for more than its value, because otherwise you have an incentive at the very least not to be careful, right? At the very least. That's what made the financial crisis happen. That's the real reason for it. It's the wrong incentive because people, the banks in the United States, may they live long and prosper, yes? The banks in the United States gave mortgages not just for 95% of the value of the house that was backing up the mortgage, but for 100% and 105% and 110%, up to 130% of the value of the house was given for a mortgage, okay? 130%. So what did the lenders say? They say, here, you gave me the loan, yeah? Here, take the keys to the house. Okay, that's moral hazard. That is moral hazard. That's what we're talking about. So what is it? Let's try to define it precisely. What moral hazard means is that a person who is asked to make some kind of determination, okay, has an incentive to make that determination in one direction or another. Okay? He has that incentive. So what's going on with the 10 stores? What's going on with the 10 stores is the man says he doesn't remember, right? But maybe in his subconscious he does remember which store he bought it from. Or maybe the meat in this one store looked particularly nice, or maybe this, or maybe that. His incentives are not to remember. So this man was married to 3 wives and he died. One had a ksuva of 100 zuz, one had a ksuva of 200, and one had a ksuva of 300 zuz. If the estate was 100, they get 33 1/3 each. If the estate was 200, they divide 50, 75, 75. If the estate is 300, they divide 50, 100, 150. See, what's happening is when the estate is 100 and you divide equally, okay, equal division makes sense. Makes sense, right? As long as nobody's getting more than what's due to him, it makes sense. But then apply it throughout. In the last line, the division is not equal, it's proportional. To understand the underlying idea, we have to recall the Mishnah in Baba Metzia. And we are talking over here about 2 people who are disputing a garment, a talit. They're holding a talit, and one of them says, it's mine, I found it first. And the other one said, no, we found it together. It's half of it is yours, half of it is mine. So now the Mishnah says that they divide 3/4, 1/4. The one that says it's all mine gets 3/4. The one that says half of it is mine gets 1/4. Why is that? What is the rationale for that? The rationale is explained by Rashi on the place. I told you I admire the young man. Rashi explains as follows. He says, about half the talit, there's no argument, right? One of them is claiming only half the talmid. Yes? So he concedes half of it to the other one. So first of all, the other one takes half. Yeah? So now there's an argument about the other half. So what should we do with an argument? We split half-half. So half of it is split half-half. And so one of them gets 3/4 and the other one gets 1/4. Now that is the principle. I call the principle of the contested garment principle. And the principle is equal division of the contested amount.
Okay, please stay around. We have some more wine and some
More peanuts.
If you like, so please help yourself. There's some in the kitchen, and if there's any literature that you'd like to take, we have some spread out. Please feel free.